to Phoenix and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Catherine Minor. Please call me Kate Mimi. If we've not met before, I'm a registered nurse in the United Kingdom from Kenya. And what I do on my YouTube channel is deal with health education. We discuss medical conditions in a very simple language. And the other thing that I do is discuss issues that are important to healthcare workers. I pay particular attention to nurses because they are my tribe, the tribe of nursing. So today we will be talking something to do with employment in the United Kingdom for nurses, because there was a report that was released by the Department of Health and Social Care in the United Kingdom that Kenya is now part of the amber list, you know, when it comes to recruitment. So what does it mean? What are the implications? Do we have a chance, or what does this all mean? So sit back, relax, and let us dissect this. On 11th November, the government of the United Kingdom, through the Department of Health and Social Care, the DHS, announced that Kenya was added onto the amber list of countries in the Code of Practice for the international recruitment of health and social care personnel in England. Let that sink in. This is what happened, and this is what caused a lot of furore among Kenyan media, mainstream social media, and understandably caused a panic amongst nurses. What does it really mean? I always like us to understand things from their genesis. So what is the Code of Practice for the international recruitment of health and social care personnel? This is a list. It is a guidance of things that employers are supposed to follow to ensure ethical and legal recruitment of healthcare workers. We're talking doctors, nurses, dietitians, nutritionists, optometrists, radiotherapists, etc., and so on and so forth. So there is a code of practice that is followed. This list is informed by the World Health Organization Workforce Support and Safeguard List of 2020. Now, in a nutshell, what this means is that countries that are on WHO's safeguarding list are not to have their healthcare workers actively employed by developed nations or any other country for that matter. Now, you've heard that Kenya is on the amber list, haven't you? Now, I want you to look at countries that are on the red list, all the way from Afghanistan. I want you to pay close attention to Congo, the Democratic, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Guinea, Ghana, Haiti, and my favorite, Nigeria. Nigeria is also in part and parcel of that red list, Tanzania and Uganda. We are the only people in Kenya who are on the amber list. Well, I have done that. I've shown you that so that you can have an idea about what we are talking about, and to realize that Kenya is in the amber list, but there are other countries which are already on the red list. Okay, so before 11th November 2021, back in July, the government of Kenya and the government of the United Kingdom entered a deal, a partnership, whereby the National Health Service, that is the, of the United Kingdom, it is going to absorb nurses from Kenya, and then after a while, they are going to be sent back to Kenya to improve practice or something like that. The details were a little vague. Now, what the government of Kenya did is liaise with the National Employment Authority in Kenya, whereby nurses were to apply for these jobs in the United Kingdom through the government, and then they were going to be absorbed. It actually brought a lot of kerfuffle back when the CS of Health in Kenya said that only a handful of nurses actually passed the International English Language and Testing System exam, that is the IELTS exam. It was quite, a tug of war and differences, and I chose not to take part in it because it was largely misreported by the media. But then again, that is what happened. So does it mean that today foreigners to come from Kenya to work in the United Kingdom, they must go through the National Employment Authority? I confidently tell you, no, that is not what it means. There is no point whereby you have to, the word is that you must go through the National Employment Authority. It is not a must. Now listen, I do understand that some people are going through the government for them to be able to come to the UK, and that is okay. Congratulations if you are able to go through that process, you be absorbed and come to the United Kingdom. Awesome and wonderful, well done. However, I know that we have so many jobless nurses in Kenya who do not have the capability to go through that government process, and furthermore that process seems to be a little discriminative, because they are saying that for a nurse to come to work in the United Kingdom they must be jobless. But I do know of people who would want better opportunities than the ones they currently have, okay? And these probably are the people that I'm talking to today. More diploma holders in Kenya than there are degree holders. So I know that diploma holders felt discriminated against, and furthermore, just because somebody has a job today does not mean that they don't want a better opportunity, because that was the other criteria that they were going to use, that one has to be jobless. And yet I also know that there are so many nurses who do not have jobs and they are diploma holders in Kenya. So this video is for you guys, those of you who do not subscribe to the bilateral trade agreement. You know, you're not going to go through the government. So what are your options? Tip number one, do your IELTS exam or your OET exam. I know I've said this before, and I'll try and link that video here, but sometimes, I don't know, I think people need to say things and say them so many other times for people to understand, or even, you know, comprehend what is happening. So I said in the video that I talked about my own personal journey from Kenya to the United Kingdom, I did say that the first thing you need to do is do your IELTS exam. That is your English exam. And I will still reiterate this. Please do it, because that is what is going to determine so many other things. Once you have done that, tip number two, do your CBT exam. That is your competence-based exam, competence-based test. You will do it in 9 West. There's a building called 9 West in Westlands, and it is going to be offered by Pearson View, the same company that offers NCLEX exam. They are the same ones who offer this other exam. So how are you going to do a CBT exam? Number one, you must have an account with the Nursing and Midwifery Council. So that takes us to number three. Number three, please open an account with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of the United Kingdom. You should do this before you do your CBT. Why? Because it is the NMC that is going to give you a go-ahead to do your CBT exam. So call it, after you've done your IELTS, open an account with the NMC, and then do your CBT exam. The other thing that needs to happen almost simultaneously is you writing to the Nursing Council of Kenya and telling them, that's an email, telling them that you want to have your papers verified. Now, I was afraid when Mutahi Kagwe, the CS Health of Kenya, said that, oh, nurses, whoever wants to go to the UK must go through us. You know, I thought to myself, will these people interfere with the process of verification of papers? Because if they do, then that means that the hands of nurses are tied, isn't it? But I've come to know through my own little connections in Kenya that has not happened. So I want you to take advantage of this, that the government of Kenya is not interfering with your verification of papers. How does that sound? Isn't that good news? So what you need to do is apply to the Nursing Council of Kenya, write an email to them and tell them you're looking to have your papers verified. They will send you a link whereby you're going to upload various documents. And also when you pay via M-Pesa, I'm sorry for the people who do not know what M-Pesa is. It is a form of mobile wallet that is very popular in Kenya. It moves within a day. M-Pesa can move millions and millions of money across, you know, across regions in Kenya. So if you pay your fee through M-Pesa, you're just going to take a screenshot, convert it to PDF, and then upload. This is where your computer skills really come into play. I don't know where you did your computer studies, but I remember that because of my love for poetry back in high school, we had a special program where we were being taught how to go ahead and, you know, be tech savvy. We were being taught computer studies. I don't know where you studied yours, but I did mine in high school, and I've never gone back to a computer class again, and that is what I still use. So yeah, poetry. Yes, I love poetry. I'm more of an arts person, I think, or a scientific arts person. I don't know, but you get what I mean. Let's go to the fourth thing that needs to happen. You need to upload all these documents with the NCK. And one of them, I know, it will be your NCK license. The other one will be your diploma or your degree from your institution. The other one will be a medical certificate. and the other one will be a letter of recommendation or a reference letter from your employer. All right, so do all those things and upload to NCK, upload your receipt in PDF form, please, and then start disturbing them. Come and tell them, guys, I sent my documents. Please, have you sent them to NMC? Have you sent them to NMC? You know, do it BD or TDS. Just bother them. They will do it, okay? Sometimes you don't have to, but I know of people who had to for it to be hastened, okay? Yes, so do that, and that is you. So the moment you get verified, because what NCK will do is that they will send your papers online to NMC. During our time, we actually had to do it physically. You go to the NCK, you deliver the papers, NCK take the papers, and they send them to the NMC, and it used to take time. But nowadays, I understand it's taking less than 2 weeks. So I don't know what you're waiting for, guys. Let's say that process is over. Step number 5, you're verified. You only need a job. Kindly head to www.nhsjobs.uk. If not that, go to LinkedIn. If not that, go to indeed.com. If not that, go to seek.com. Please, just search for jobs as a registered nurse in the United Kingdom. Now, United Kingdom has separated nursing into different sections, and I will talk about that in the next video. But what you need to know is, are you applying as a mental health nurse? Are you applying as a midwife? Are you applying as an adult nurse? Are you applying as a pediatric? I will give you a top tip. Please apply as an adult registered nurse. Why? Because I know that there are so many jobs that are coming up right now which are all related to adult nursing. So I know that in Kenya we train as midwives, as community health nurses, as everything, you know, everything under the sun that can be covered by nursing. We train as that in Kenya. But United Kingdom has different sections. But what I want to tell you is that you have higher chances of getting a job as an adult nurse right now in the United Kingdom. Apply for these jobs. Apply to as many trusts as possible. I will talk and tell you what it means to have trust. I think I wrote about it, but I did not get a chance to do a video about it. I think I need to do that to help you guys understand what we're talking about when we talk about trusts. Now, you can apply for NHS and you can also apply for private hospitals, okay? I want you to Google private hospitals in the United Kingdom and then send your letters, send your applications. So, how do you apply? Number 1, have a well-written CV. We did what is it called? A Zoom webinar. We did a webinar about you fashioning your CV, you know, so that it can make sense to potential employers. And I want to put a disclaimer out there. There is no CV that is called a UK CV, okay? There is no such a CV. The only thing you need to do is make sure that your skills and knowledge and experience are tailored in a way that a potential employer can know who you are even before they meet you, all right? And you can find that on this video. It is called CV structuring for professional nurses. So that's it. Once you get your job, okay, well, they will do an interview with you, and that will be on Skype, Zoom, or Teams, or any other platform they choose. Most likely it will be Teams, that is Microsoft Teams. Go ahead and ace that interview. Once you're done with that, the next thing that will happen is actually getting a job offer. It is called a conditional job offer. So you've gotten a conditional job offer. This one will help them to apply for your certificate of sponsorship. A certificate of sponsorship usually takes about 28 days for it to be processed. That is a work permit. So once you have your work permit, this is your license to application for visa. Now your employer can decide either to sponsor you for everything else or not to. That's up to them. In most cases, they will actually do it, all right? I know active recruitment has been prohibited, but this is not active recruitment. It is actually passive, meaning that yourself as the candidate, you're the one who went looking for the employer, not the other way around, and there was no agency involved, all right? So go right ahead and do this. You get your certificate of sponsorship and then apply for your visa. Most likely, your employer is going to pay for your visa. And then the conditional job offer that you're going to get will be for a band 4 or band 3 nurse, depending on the policy of the institution where you're going to work, or depending on the private hospital or the care home where you're going to work. Allow me to talk about the NHS. Most trusts will employ you as a band 3 or a band 4. Most of them is actually band 4, meaning that you're not earning your full salary until you're licensed as a United Kingdom registered nurse. Yeah, as a United Kingdom registered, don't worry, it's one of my friends, one of my neighbors. Fine. Once you're done with that, the other thing that you're going to do is actually come over to the United Kingdom. You're coming to do your part 2 exam, and that is the objective structured clinical examination called the OSCE. So you're coming to do the OSCE. And what will happen is that your employer is going to train you. Your employer will train you in what OSCE entails in all the stations, because it's a practical exam. Sawa. Once you've done that, what else are you waiting for? Become a nurse. Start working in the United Kingdom and earn money and establish your own path, because there are so many paths for you to follow in the United Kingdom. You can go the managerial way, you can go the clinical way, you can go teaching, you can go research. There are so many opportunities in the United Kingdom, and I know I've not been a very good person because I've not discussed all of them, but sometimes it's overwhelming, you know. It's just overwhelming. There's so many opportunities. I'm like, where do I even start? All right, so when you're in the United Kingdom, you'll chart your own path, okay? And that's it, you're done. So I think if you follow this video, you should be okay. You should be all right to come over. You should be all right to know that this is what is needed. This is what I'm going to do, etc. and so on and so forth. Okay, so I wish you all the best, guys. My fellow nurses, my tribe mates, the tribe of nursing. I really wish you nothing but the best, and I hope to see you soon over here.